So I just want to create a demo of the current system that I've been working on. So we can ask a question here. Let's say this student wants to ask, is there a German major? And it would return a couple of things. It would return the intent class. In this case, it's a describe class. The describe class means that the student wants to know more about a topic. They want a description of it. It also returns a list of entities. In this case, there's only one, and the entity is a major, and the name is a German language and literature. And there's also an ID associated with this entity. So then let's go to the table for entities. And for this is entities table, and we go to 22 with for German language and literature. And in this table, there's a couple columns. We have the describe column, which is a description of the entity, and so we want to return this. There's a phone, email, URL, address, fax, and so this variable here, this at URL variable, the bot is going to know to replace this variable with whatever is in the URL column. So it's going to just basically, we have a great German department, learn more at this URL. But let's go to the answer templates. So for different intents, we have different answer templates, and there can be custom templates for special needs. Here I just have kind of the default ones. And for the describe intents, this is the template to use. Basically, just output everything in the describe column in the entities table. But for other intents, we can have slightly more complicated templates. Like for the phone intents, when the student wants to get the phone number for something, then the answer can be you can call the entity name at the phone number. So it's going to replace the entity name and phone number with the actual value from the entities table. So let's go back to the Postman. So here, the answer that I gave was we have a great German department, learn more at this URL, just like what the describe column outputs. So okay, let's try this one more. Let's say that I want to study accounting. And so here again, the intent class that it got is a describe intent class. And the entity, it consists of one entity, it's also a major, and the name is accounting. And this is the answer underneath the describe column for the accounting major. Okay, so next let's try something else. Let's say we want to ask facts for the School of Geosciences. Okay, so here it returned the intent class as the facts, and the entity that I got is the department, and it's a geoscience department, entity ID 451. So if we go back to the table here, the entities table, oops, here, 451. We have the phone number, the email address, the URL, the address, and the fax number. So so that using the answer template, it just replaces the entity name and the fax number into the answer templates. Okay, it can also just easily change it to like email address, and then it would like return the email class and use a template for email addresses. Okay, so let's ask something else. Let's say like we want to ask about events. Events are slightly different. So let's ask like when is orientation? Orientation is on Friday, June 23rd. See you there. And it's a when intent class, and the entity that I found is an events, and the name is orientation. But for this one, I gets it from the event table. So here I just have like three rows here. So actually, for these three rows, they all have the same. And this is actually all correspond to the same type of events. So 702 correspond to orientation. However, there's a student type column here. So this student type is for general students, whereas this is also for orientation. But the student type, this is for transfer students, and this is the last one is for Summer Access Academy students. And these are different entities, and they can have synonyms for those entities. And there's different dates for these events, and also different locations for these events. So when I just ask when is orientation, it returns the date for the general students, like Friday, June 23rd. Friday, June 23rd. But let's see if I change it to when is orientation for transfer students, then it's going to say orientation for transfer students is on Friday, August 11th. For this, it knows to go to this row instead. And the difference is that, so the intent class is still the same as for the when intent class, but entities now returns two entities. One is the event orientation entity, and the other one is the student type transfer students entity. And so because of this, it knows to look for this entry in this table. And like we can also change this to Success Academy students. So again, so we found the student type is Summer Success Academy students. So now it knows that the answer should be for Success Academy students, which is on May 22nd. May 22nd. And also you can do this for location also to get the different locations or URLs. So that's all I want to talk about. Thanks for watching.